In 1555, a French astrologer wrote that a young lion would pierce the eye of an old lion in a golden cage, causing his death. 4 years later, King Henry II of France was killed in a jousting tournament when a lance shattered through his golden helmet, piercing his eye. The astrologer's name? Nostradamus. For thousands of years, humanity has sought to pierce the veil of time, to see what's coming, to read fate before it arrives. And 4 methods have survived every age, every culture, every attempt to dismiss them as superstition: tarot, astrology, numerology, palmistry. Today, you're going to discover how they work, where they came from, and why millions still swear by them. Because whether you believe or not, some predictions are too accurate to ignore. Welcome back to the Shadow Archives. I'm your guide through the hidden and the forbidden. We've explored creatures that walked as myths, symbols that held dark power. Today, we're investigating something even more personal: the art of reading the future. These aren't party tricks. Each method you'll see today has been practiced for centuries, studied by scholars, and used by royalty to make decisions that shaped history. This is your introduction. Each method deserves its own deep dive. But first, you need to understand what they are, where they came from, and why they refuse to die. If you're ready to see what the future holds, hit subscribe. Because once you learn to read the signs, you'll see them everywhere. Let's start with the most visual, the most misunderstood, and perhaps the most powerful: tarot. 78 cards, each one an archetype, a story, a warning. Shuffle them, lay them out, and they reveal what's hidden: past, present, and future. But here's what most people get wrong. Tarot wasn't created for fortune-telling. The cards first appeared in the 15th century Italy as a game called tarocchi, basically fancy playing cards for nobles. It wasn't until the 18th century that occultists like Antoine Coeur de Gébelin claimed the cards held ancient Egyptian wisdom. He was wrong about Egypt, but he was right about something else: the cards work. Here's how tarot actually functions. The deck is divided into 2 parts: the major arcana, 22 cards representing life's big spiritual lessons, and the minor arcana, 56 cards representing daily life. Each card has layers of meaning: upright or reversed, position in the spread, cards surrounding it. A skilled reader doesn't just memorize meanings, they read patterns, energy, subconscious cues. Skeptics call it cold reading, practitioners call it intuition. But here's where it gets interesting. Case: Carl Jung. Psychologist. Carl Jung didn't dismiss tarot. He studied it. He believed the cards tapped into the collective unconscious, universal symbols and archetypes shared by all humanity. When you pull a card, you're not seeing the future. You're seeing a mirror of your psyche. But that doesn't explain predictive readings. In the 1940s, a tarot reader in London named Sybil Leek warned a client not to board a specific ship. The woman ignored her. The ship sank. She survived, but never doubted tarot again. Coincidence? Pattern recognition? Or something else? One of the most famous tarot readers in history was Pamela Colman Smith, who illustrated the Rider-Waite deck in 1909, the most popular deck in the world. She claimed the images came to her in visions. She drew them in a trance. Today, millions use tarot. Psychologists use it in therapy. Entrepreneurs use it for decision-making. And yes, mystics still use it to glimpse what's coming. The question isn't whether the cards are magic. The question is, why do they keep working? Numerology. The belief that numbers are not just quantities, but qualities, vibrations, destinies encoded in mathematics. Your name isn't random. Your birth date isn't an accident. According to numerology, they're frequencies, and frequencies shape reality. This system traces back to Pythagoras, the Greek philosopher best known for geometry. But Pythagoras was also a mystic. He founded a secret school where mathematics and spirituality merged. His teaching, all is number, He believed each number from 1 to 9 carries a specific energy. 1 is leadership and independence, 2 is partnership and balance, 3 is creativity and expression, 4 is stability and structure, 5 is freedom and change, 6 is harmony and responsibility, 7 is spirituality and introspection, 8 is power and material success, 9 is completion and humanitarianism, how it works. In numerology, you calculate your life path number, the most important number in your chart, by adding the digits of your birth date until you get a single digit. Example: born March 15th, 1993 plus 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1, 9 plus 9 plus 0 equals 28, 2 plus 8 equals 10, 10, 1 plus 0 equals 1 life path. Number 1, the leader. Your name also has a number. Each letter corresponds to a digit. A equals 1, B equals 2, etc. Add them up, reduce to a single digit, and you get your expression number, your natural talents and abilities. Famous case, Chero. The most famous numerologist in history was Chero, real name William John Warner, an Irish mystic who read palm sand numbers for Mark Twain, Oscar Wilde, and King Edward VII. In 1926, Chero predicted that 1929 would bring financial disaster. Stock market investors ignored him. Then came the Great Depression. Coincidence? He also predicted the exact year of King Edward VII's death and the Titanic disaster. His method, numerology combined with astrology and palmistry, he claimed numbers revealed the skeleton of fate. Today, numerology is used in business, choosing company names and launch dates, relationships, compatibility numbers, and personal development, finding your soul's purpose. Tech companies sometimes hire numerologists to name products. Celebrities change their names to align with lucky numbers. Does it work? Ask Jay-Z, formerly Sean Carter, who restructured his name numerologically before his career skyrocketed. Skeptics say correlation, believers say frequency, scientists say we don't know. But one thing's certain, numbers are everywhere, patterns repeat, and some people have learned to read them. Pause. Numerology is vast, master numbers, karmic debts, personal year cycles. We'll explore it deeper another time. But now, for the oldest method of all, one written on your body since birth. Palmistry, also known as chiromancy, the art of reading the map of your life, written in the lines of your hands. Your dominant hand shows your present and future. Your non-dominant hand shows your potential and past. And every line, mount, and marking tells a story.
The true nature of
Palmistry is ancient. References appear in Vedic texts from India over 5,000 years ago. Chinese palmistry dates back 3,000 years. The Greeks practiced it. Aristotle wrote about it. And by the Middle Ages, it was taught alongside medicine. Why? Because hands reveal health, personality, and destiny. How it works. Palm readers examine 3 major lines: the heart line, emotions, relationships, love; the head line, intellect, communication, decision-making; the lifeline, vitality, life path, major changes. But it's not just lines. The mounts, fleshy pads beneath each finger, represent planetary influences. The shape of your hand reveals temperament. Even fingerprints have meaning. A long, deep lifeline doesn't mean you'll live to 100. It means strong vitality. A broken heart line doesn't mean a breakup. It means emotional transformation. Professional palmists don't predict exact events. They read tendencies, potentials, patterns. Remember Chero, the numerologist? He was also a legendary palm reader. In 1894, he read the hand of a young man in London and warned him, "You will be famous, but you will die in exile and disgrace." The young man was Oscar Wilde. Years later, after his scandal and imprisonment, Wilde died alone in Paris, exactly as predicted. Chero also read the hands of Lord Kitchener, a British military leader, and told him he would die at sea between the ages of 66 and 68. Kitchener drowned when his ship sank in 1916. He was 66. Modern research shows palm lines aren't static, they change over time. stress, health conditions, and life changes physically alter your hands. Dermatoglyphics, the study of fingerprints and palm patterns, is used in medicine to detect genetic disorders. Down syndrome, for example, shows a specific palm crease pattern, so the hands do carry information. The question is, how much? Palmistry survives because it's personal. You're not shuffling cards or calculating numbers. You're looking at your own body, a map you've carried your entire life. And unlike astrology or tarot, palmistry requires no tools, just knowledge and touch. In India, palm reading is still common before marriages. In China, business deals are influenced by hand analysis. In the West, it's seen as entertainment, but the system remains intact. Palmistry has dozens of advanced techniques, mounts of Venus, Saturn lines, mystic crosses. We'll decode them fully in a future episode, but for now, our journey through divination ends here. 4 ancient systems, 4 ways to read the invisible. Tarot reads the subconscious, astrology reads the cosmos, numerology reads vibrations, palmistry reads the body. Are they real? Are they psychological tools? Or are they doors to something we don't yet understand? Here's what's undeniable. They've survived. While empires fell, religions changed, and science advanced, these methods remained, adapted, evolved. Millions use them today. CEOs, psychologists, soldiers, artists, people who don't believe in magic, but trust the patterns. So ask yourself, if these systems don't work, why do they persist? And if they do work, what does that say about the nature of time, fate, and free will? That's what we'll explore in future deep dives. The full history of Tarot's major arcana, the secrets of natal charts, the mathematics of destiny, the lines that predict death. In the next episode of the Shadow Archives, we're entering the Vatican's forbidden library. 5 books the Church tried to erase, and you'll see why some knowledge was never meant to be found. If you want to keep decoding the mysteries, subscribe and hit the bell. Drop a comment. Which method do you use? Or which one do you want a full investigation on? The archives are open, the future is written, and now you know where to look. I'll see you in the next one.